She sips the Coca-Cola. She can't tell the differences. That's what you're coming for, but they don't want to
Better turn the music off before I get shut down.
You're asking what's happening.
It's good music though.
It's getting
You know, it's interested. It's Camel Fat and Edinburgh called Cola is the track, so look that up. You know, I wanted to talk about. Welcome to Ludus, by the way, guys. I wanted to talk about Magic and Magic the Gathering, the new direction that they're heading in, and this loving card game that we all play. You know, card games have been around for like a long time, right? You know, people have engaged in card games socially for as long as I think the written history has been around. We've had card games. I grew up Eastern European, and you know, we used to play card games at home with my parents after dinner when company and my cousins would come over. You know, the cards would come out. We would play cards all night long and enjoy ourselves. You know, sometimes, yeah, there were arguments and there were loud discussions. But you know what? That was all part of the community. It was all part of the game. It was all part of the fun. And that's really what Magic is. Now, we're moving into a new direction with Magic. You know, we got Arena, the talk of esports, $10 million in prize pooling. That's some crazy stuff. But people are just jumping off the shelves right now, you know, with ideas and you know, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Look, it's okay to you know, be pessimistic so that you can say I told you so down the road, but whatever, you know. This is about a card game that we love to play. And you know, we have to remember that in the card game that we love to play, there's a company that has to bring it to us. Well, you know, that's a white spell. The company has to bring this game to us, and it costs money to design, develop, and print this and ship it and bring it to your hand so that you can play it on Friday night or any other day of the week. Costs money, right? This would be the company's probably biggest overhead is in the production of the cards. You know, the company has to be profitable. That's just the bottom line. If they're going to design and keep this game coming to us, they have to make money. We have to accept that. I happen to see it as a you know, I buy these cards as an investment in the company, but this is my little investment. But that's something else we can talk about another time. But at the end of the day, you know, this company brings us a game that we love to play, and as long as we're playing, and as long as there's money to be made off of paper Magic, it will always be around. You don't have to worry about it, you know. But in saying that, how do we ensure that paper Magic sticks around? Well, that means that we need to be out, socialize with one another, want to go and play with each other, be friendly, get upset at times, but also admit to any mistakes, and you know, shake hands and move forward, and play together as community, right? If we keep doing these things, going and hanging out at the local brick and mortars and playing cards with our friends and buying and trading and whatnot, there will always be a need for paper Magic. Okay, you know, the company won't turn their backs, I wouldn't imagine, on something that generates revenue as long as it is in demand. You know, this is the core. This playing paper Magic is for not the faint of heart. You know, people get really competitive and your emotional levels can spike and drop. You know, but it is about being able to play and enjoy each other's company. So there's paper Magic, and I don't think it's going to go away ever, really, because you just can't get around not playing. You know, I enjoy playing, like, as much as I like playing online, and we're going to talk about Arena versus MTGO, but as much as I like playing online, I love playing with my cards, like my paper cards, just to be able to sit there and interact and play. It's just, you can't beat that feeling, right? Let me just go over to my desktop. So we got Arena logged up. I don't know, I was thinking about doing maybe a draft and talking about Arena versus MTGO. The other thing I want to say about MTGO, Magic Online, is that this client has seen a dip in value in terms of the cards that are on there. Now, there's all kinds of reasons for that, and I won't speculate at any of those. But again, Magic Online is one of those things that, as long as it is generating revenue of any sort, will always be there. It also needs to be here for all the formats. Like, I love to play Commander, and that's my favorite format. So this will be around because this is where I can come and play Commander. You know, like, you can't beat the layout that's already here. I know people don't like that. You know, the animation is, you know, there's no really animation, just art and cards and whatever. But to me, this is awesome. I love this setup. You know, I enjoy being able to read and go through the cards. I'm very comfortable with the setup. And it's all here for me. Now, in saying that, Magic could transition everything over to Arena. I think, I would imagine that they could down the road. They can work on that. And it would be probably in their best interest to have one digital platform. So there has to be a transition, but that's not going to happen overnight. It will take some time to transition. And I think there needs to be some sort of trading aspect, so you can have bots and people buying and trading cards. That needs to be incorporated to Arena, and anyone who has an MTGO account should be able to get their cards transferred over to their Arena account. I mean, I think that's just fair. A lot of players invested time and money and energy in Magic Online, and if they're going to move to one digital platform, they should honor those that have been true and loyal customers and have played the game for the longest time, and they should just transfer that digital product over for the player base once they got everything in Arena. So the ability to play all the formats and the ability to really sit there and go through your cards. Right now, I find it a bit difficult in Arena. I'm not overly comfortable. Maybe that's just a time thing. I need to spend more time on the client and get more used to that. But at the moment, I'm not that comfortable. I'm more comfortable with Magic Online. Maybe it's because I've played it for so long. But this is something that is important to keep around until there's a transition where everything can smoothly go over to Arena. And I'm pretty sure that WotC's out there listening, and they're taking into account what people are thinking. And I think that's what people need to do, is offer constructive criticisms. Okay, you need to get out there and speak your mind and say what you feel, but offer real solutions. Offer some suggestions as to a way that you would solve the issue if you were in the position of the company. And again, remember, you need to understand that WotC's about making revenues. They're not in the business to run deficits for people's enjoyment. That's just a reality. And if you don't choose to accept that, that's just it's sad. I mean, there has to be some care for the average player like myself, the average fan. Whether you're a fan, whether you're a hardcore player, whether you're a pro, a content creator, you write articles, you're a business owner, WotC needs to care, because we are stakeholders. I happen to think that when you buy a paper Magic, this is like your bond in the company. You purchased it, and you're saying, I am investing in you, and down the road, hopefully I can get a return on my investment. Now, the most focused on an immediate return is the ability to use this card, play it in a social setting, and enjoy myself. That's my initial return. But there are some returns where there is value. Now, that is a concept of mine. It's a personal concept. Other people may share it, but it's a concept. There's no written rule where that is the exact transition. And people sometimes tend to forget that about companies, that they don't really own a stake in the company, even though you think you do. Because I buy this and now it has value and I want my value back, and you owe me that as a company to ensure that value maintains it. That's not how it works. Buy shares and stocks and get involved, and you'll have a say maybe at the table if you ever get on the board of directors, which is not an easy task, by the way. So so we have to understand there's a like a symbiotic balance there that needs to happen. But at the end of the day, it's about WotC making some money on this product. Anyway, I've gone off track, but MTGO is here to stay. If it's generating revenue, it's going to stick around. And at some point, WotC may decide to maintain only one digital platform, and there'll have to be a transitionary plan to get from one end to the other, encompassing other players' feedback, and again, in my opinion, I'm okay, just plain and simple, to WotC have one platform. It can be Arena. Just make sure that when you transfer everything over, I can play all the formats on Arena. The user interface is good for me to sort my collection and be able to make and manage decks and transfer my cards that I have into my account. I've spent a lot of time and effort in the company, in terms of investing and believing and and spending money. Honor that, and transfer the cards over. That's what I would say. If that happened, I'd have no problem with them ending this client and going with the new client with Arena. There's always, I remember when there was the beta or whatever, and this last client came out, there was a lot of transitionary worries and people weren't happy, but you get used to it. Play Arena. Just play Arena. You'll see it's fun. Now I have my issues with Arena, and certainly with any new product or digital client online, there's going to be turbulence, and there's going to be issues through the growth periods. But eventually, 10 years down the line, it'll be steady. You'll enjoy it. It'll be nice, and there won't be any worries. We'll be arguing about the next client that comes out and not wanting to transition. But it's happened, and don't be afraid of it. Like I said, make sure that the user face is enough where I can build and organize my decks and transfer my cards, and I'm there. I'll back the product. I'll back the client in that sense. So let's look at Arena. Arena, again, I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna lie, it's good. From a user perspective, there's issues that certainly I can have, and there's people out there that have, they can pick it apart with their issues, which is fine, and everybody is entitled to their opinion. It's good, and I enjoy it. So, job well done. But it, needs improvement. So, what to improve? At this point, I don't know. I don't want to make any suggestions. I really need to spend some more time on the client, play some games, and see how it goes. So, anyways, I'll leave it there. How much? I've been talking for 14 minutes. That's enough time with me, right? So MTGO, Magic Online, Magic Arena, they're here to stay. This is my wrap-up thoughts. We have to respect WotC for their need to generate revenue. That's just a fact of life. But we ask that they listen to us, or community anyways, and the player base, especially long-standing players. Vendors too. Brick and mortars are so important. They're key. And I don't think WotC misses that point. I think they understand. Brick and mortars are key to the success and the future and the longevity of this game that we love, right? Like, we need to sit down and play with one another. Again, play with one another, have empathy, understand each other. Yes, get into debates and arguments, even get emotionally charged, but forgive each other and move on, and find a common ground where we can all enjoy ourselves in this game. Arena's here to stay. It's good. Let's transition into one client, and let's honor those that have had. You need some sort of way to trade in the client is important, or even dust cards that you don't need or something. That would be actually. I heard, where did I hear it? I think on Evan Irwin's show, Magic Mike's. They talked about that, where they the ability to do dust cards, to get rid of them out of the card pool that's online, because the more you have of any one card, the more devalued it becomes online, and that's important to people. And I won't get into those details, because I really have to do some research and write down my points and make sure that I'm not talking out of the side of my what. But there needs to be some way to have trade going on in a new client. But yeah, let's transition to one client. Arena looks sharp. There's a lot of room for improvement, and let's go full tilt. Anyways, guys, I hope this helped. If there's anything you'd like to leave some comments below. Like, subscribe, and check me out. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.